This chart is already breaking out, and this chart is front running Bitcoin, showing what Bitcoin is going to do next. And guys, this is going to be really amazing. We are going to dive into the Bitcoin charts, and I'm going to talk about altcoins as well. And the yellow line is of course the global M2 money supply, which is the liquidity injection into the global economy. And what we can see right here is that Bitcoin has been following this line normally, and this is probably the great wave that is coming that we have been talking about in the past couple of videos. This yellow line already broke out, and we already have seen a massive rally, and most likely Bitcoin is going to replicate something like this, even reaching the top right here of the wedge, which is also the previous top of the global M2 money supply, which will mean a Bitcoin price of $105 US. Guys, I'm literally expecting this, maybe a small correction from reaching that top, and once we have a small correction from reaching the top, making new all-time highs. I think that is a pretty realistic scenario, and yeah, the yellow line is definitely not the only indicator showing that. So let's have a look at the Bitcoin price action in general, right? So what we can see right here is that Bitcoin is in this falling wedge formation, and at the end of this falling wedge, where we really dived deep into the wedge right here to $75,000 US, we actually get a nice bullish divergence on the momentum indicator, showing us that the momentum right here is already shifting. So this downtrend, what we are seeing in the price, is in the momentum already shifting in an uptrend. So what we want to see eventually, of course, is this to continue to go up, break the resistance right here. But of course, we want to see Bitcoin breaking the resistance, and this is a resistance created since the end of January. So that is a multi-month resistance that is being broken. And that's definitely very, very significant. And also something that I want to show you guys that we have been talking about before is that the hash ribbons showed another buy signal, right? And even though after that buy signal we still had a small drop on the daily time frame, this actually means nothing, because we had a low right here of $77,000 US. We just had a small drop below it. If you look on the shorter term time frame, it feels and looks like a big drop, but if you just look on the daily time frame, it's not that big at all, right? It's just a small drop right here. We get a buy signal, and as you can see, previous times when we had a buy signal, the price actually goes up. Here we also had a buy signal, right? Further we had a drop, but eventually the price goes up. The reason why the price often follows, or actually till now always follows, the buy signals on the hash ribbon is because when the hash ribbon gives a bullish signal, a buy signal, it means that the hash rate of Bitcoin is increasing in a shorter term time frame, which basically means that more and more miners are adopting or are securing the Bitcoin network, and that's the fundamental aspect of Bitcoin. So when the fundamental aspect grows, especially extremely in the shorter term time frame, often, always, the price actually follows as well. So this is pretty bullish, and this is just another sign that we can put on the basket of indicators that we are looking right. For example, the global M2 money supply, but also, guys, this is a very important thing that I've mentioned in yesterday's video, is that everyone is Googling about a bear market, right? The chances of that happening is decreasing, because most of the time not everyone is right. So if you are thinking we are in a bear market, I can understand your reasoning, but imagine that this also happened, guys, in March or April 2020. And April 2020, if I go with you guys to the price action of Bitcoin in April 2020, that was, let me check, where was April 2020? That was right here. So when we have a look at where people were Googling the most about bear market, guys, it was at one of the most bullish moments in Bitcoin's history. Because from this moment, and we didn't completely recover yet, which we also haven't done today, but from this moment, we just went into a massive bull market. And it took some time until we really launched off, that's true. But from the price action right here, you can't see anything bearish. Yeah, we had a pump and a dump right here. This is not really bearish because we didn't even surpass the lows right here. So from the moment people were Googling about this, price has never reached those levels again. Like, has never even ever reached those levels again. So this is not that we are going to replicate exactly like how we did it in the past, but what this just shows is that many people are positioned in US dollar Tether, many people are positioned on the sideline, and probably the people that are positioned in crypto, which me is one of them, they are just in this mode of like, yeah, all or nothing, you know, we either go to zero or we take it all, and these people are not selling. So that automatically creates a bottom, because the weak hands are the ones that are doubting. Doesn't mean a negative way, but the ones that are doubting, they are outside of the markets, which can potentially come inside of the markets, making the markets go up again. And the ones that believe, they already stuck through, they already hold through all these drops that we have seen so far. Everyone thinks that we're in a bear market. You go to Twitter, you see bear market being thrown everywhere. And although it's possible, and markets can be crazy and market can be volatile and nothing is guaranteed, other times that we have seen similar characteristics that we are seeing right now in the markets, it was most of the time one of the most bullish periods that are coming. And I also think, guys, Bitcoin is looking pretty, for me this is looking just pretty bullish. Like I was bullish already, starting bullish to become bullish right here. We had this last drop. Yes, that was not the best in the short-term time frame. Still, nothing has changed. Everything to me screams that this is pretty bullish. Also, the data on willportal.com. And I believe that the Bitcoin dominance, sooner or later, even though we have not yet really seen a top in this thing, maybe once Bitcoin is going to rally, we're going to see one big explosive rally in Bitcoin, which will come along with an explosive rally in the Bitcoin dominance, even going higher. But it doesn't mean that altcoins are going down in US dollar valuations, because Bitcoin is rallying. And then this thing is going to go down and a lot of liquidity will rain onto altcoins. I'm positioned in altcoins. I believe one of the biggest altcoin scenes is right ahead of us, guys. And I'm not going to fold it. I'm not going to fade it. I'm going to stick around because I believe that that's going to be the case. But you got to make your own decisions and you got to be responsible for yourself. Guys, that is what I have to say about Bitcoin. I can give you some levels that that I'm watching right now. So let's go to Bitcoin. And we have the resistance, of course. We are knocking on the resistance door right now, 83,500. I would like to break this resistance with a lot of volume. That is nice. And then the target, basically, we have some resistance at 94,500. But the target basically is 105,000 US dollars. And I think we can reach the targets. And I even think we can surpass that target. So guys, smash a like if you like the message of this video, subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you want to trade this move, check out the exchanges that I'm recommending down below this video. You'll get a bonus on the exchange if you join with one of the affiliate links in the description. Guys, I want to wish you all a beautiful day today and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.